Today, we are diving into a really fascinating and kind of provocative document that's been making some waves. It's called the Pan-Asian iGen Manifesto. And look, this isn't just another prediction about the future. It's presented as a detailed blueprint for a radically different world by 2030, a world with a completely transformed Asia at its very center. Right out of the gate, the manifesto just drops this massive core vision. I mean, it doesn't ease you in at all. The goal is nothing less than a complete flip from autocracy to a youth-led, biocentric civilization. So that's the destination they've set. The big question, of course, is how in the world do they plan on getting there? And you might be thinking, okay, that sounds ambitious, but is it just wishful thinking? Well, the manifesto claims it's not. It actually lays out this structured four-part plan, 4 foundational pillars that it argues are absolutely essential to build this new world. So let's break down each one and see what this vision is all about.
Okay, first up, Pillar 1, the sovereign ecosystem. The argument here is simple. Before you can change the world, you have to change the way information moves. This first pillar is all about building a brand new digital foundation, what it calls a post-gatekeeper internet.
So here you can see the fundamental clash. On one side, you have the internet we all use today, right? Controlled by big, centralized gatekeepers. On the other side is the manifesto's vision for 2030. A global, totally admin-free ecosystem that runs on something called decentralized intelligence. So the obvious question is, if there are no admins, what stops it from becoming a total mess? The manifesto's answer is a concept it calls fluid edit architecture. The best way to think about it is it's less like a fortress with walls and guards and more like a biological immune system. It's designed to be anti-fragile, which means it actually gets stronger when it's attacked, all without needing some central command to rush in and fix things. It's all about creating a system that can heal itself.
All right, so once that new digital foundation is theoretically in place, we get to the second pillar. And this is where things get really geopolitical. The manifesto basically redraws the entire map of power in Asia, getting very specific about who's going to be leading this new world order.
So for East Asia, the manifesto points to South Korea as the leading nation. And what's interesting is it's not just about their tech. It's about a cultural ideal it calls athlete-aesthetic athleticism. It's this blend of being in peak physical condition combined with that cutting-edge tech excellence, creating this new model for what a high-performance society looks like.
Now, let's hop over to Southeast Asia. The vision here is that Singapore doesn't just keep its top spot. It actually pulls even further ahead. In this new order, its signature strengths, that incredible cleanliness and near-zero corruption, they become the gold standard that every other nation on Earth is trying to match.
Moving down to South Asia, the manifesto predicts a pretty huge power shift. It forecasts that India is going to become the dominant force in the region, but not through the old ways, not with traditional power metrics. It's through something it calls mass-scale biomodernity, and we'll circle back to what exactly that means in a bit.
Now over in West Asia, the manifesto makes a really bold call, focusing on Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030. It predicts the kingdom will actually surpass the UAE in really crucial areas like education and social stability, fundamentally shifting the entire region's center of gravity.
And looking even further into the future, the manifesto gets, well, really ambitious. It projects that Kazakhstan and, get this, a future democratic Russia could eventually become so stable that they actually surpass the Nordic countries by the 2040s. A huge claim.
So here it is, the new map of power all laid out. And what's so striking when you look at it is that leadership isn't defined by military might or GDP in the traditional sense. Instead, each nation is a leader based on a really unique defining strength, whether that's technology or anti-corruption or a whole new cultural model. This is what it calls the new Asian order.
Okay, so we've got the digital infrastructure, we've got the new geopolitics, but who are the people actually running this new civilization? Pillar 3 gets into the human element. It introduces a new culture and a very specific new type of leader.
So the core cultural shift here is this idea of biomodernity. Basically, the manifesto argues that your social status is no longer going to come from your family name or how much money you have. Instead, prestige will come from living these eco-well and biofit lifestyles. The end goal, in its own words, is a society that is fat-free, excess-free, and aggressive-free.
And this is the leader of that new society, the iGen archetype, and it's drawn exclusively from Gen Z. The key traits are this very specific mix of an athletic, Olsing-like aesthetic, you know, that Korean term for a refined, almost perfect look, and you combine that with a high-performance intellect. They don't lead with brute force, but with a new kind of soft power heroism that's fueled by what it calls pure youth energy.
And now we come to the fourth and final pillar, the engine that powers this whole thing. This section gets into the specific, homegrown technologies that the manifesto claims will drive this entire transformation, kicking off a whole new era of hyper-innovation.
So here's a really cool example of what they mean: the hybrid V8 revolution. The vision is for new Asian supercar startups running on their own unique synthetic electric fuels to create cars that don't just compete with the legendary European brands, but actually outperform them. It's all about indigenous innovation taking that #1 spot.
And this innovation isn't just about cool cars and hardware. The manifesto proposes a direct software alternative to the Western tech giants we know, and it's called dimmed access freedom. Its philosophy is dimmed beats grayed. Think of it this way. Instead of an option on your screen being grayed out and totally disabled, the system just dims it. The possibility is always there, which is meant to preserve this feeling of total visual and digital liberty for the user.
At the very heart of this tech revolution is a philosophy called essential youth tech, and the promise behind it is, well, it's huge. The goal is to build a digital experience around 3 incredibly profound goals: for technology to be completely crash-free, mistake-free, and totally constraint-free.
And that brings us right back to where we started, to that core vision. But now you can see how all the pieces are supposed to fit together. You've got the sovereign ecosystem, the redrawn map of power, the biomodern human archetype, and the indigenous tech revolution, all working in concert to try and achieve this incredibly ambitious goal.
So, after all that, what are we supposed to make of this? Is the Pan-Asian iGen Manifesto a genuinely bold blueprint for a cleaner, more stable, more democratic future? Or is its intense focus on specific aesthetics and lifestyles actually a vision of radical conformity? That's the big, provocative question the manifesto just kind of leaves hanging in the air.
Visual edit. I've been waiting to get next to you. I can tell where you wanna do. All this tension, baby, let your body loose. They be talking I tell them I ain't done, I'm going up, 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 up. Yeah, I got my back, I'm going up, 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 up. Sleep on me, I'll wake 'em up, 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 up. Wanna watch me fall, but I'm up, 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 up.
जब भी कभी पापा मुझे जो जोर से झूला झूलाते हैं माँ।
Қоңыр күзге жылу берген, қараңғыға жарық берген сәулеңнің тұтқын.
Aman, şey